There we go.
Testing?
I've already done the testing part.
Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention.
That was what the playback
I
was
know.
for.
I know. I'm just being an ass.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna get my cough out.
So, Mr. Host.
Yeah, I'm getting there. You're just waiting for my cough to be done.
Okay, sure.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sharks and Things. I'm Cody.
And I'm Mitch.
And we are down 2 people this week.
Yeah, I mean, scheduling conflicts occur.
Yeah. Couldn't miss another week, though. I didn't want to do that.
That would have been terrible, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, let me see. What was Matt's excuse? He's doing dog training.
And Zach is getting ready for his new job.
Yeah, that's right. He's got to move like a long ways away, apparently.
Yeah, I know he's not super thrilled about that. But we're here. We're going to talk about some video games, do some stuff. Maybe talk about the things that are behind us. Like I don't have any sharks. We have a shark upstairs. His name is Bruce.
You don't have a shark anywhere?
No, I have a giant stuffed shark upstairs in the office.
Hmm.
I got him for as a birthday present from, Ronnie Guns.
I should have worn my Billy Talent shirt. It's got a giant robotic shark on it.
That would have worked too.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah, Captain Cisco got me a shark for my birthday.
Captain Cisco.
Yeah. Still wants to move.
Thank you, Captain Cisco. You have an excellent handle for just throwing on the air.
He also has, wants to move to San Francisco. Yeah, I shook my head at him too. It was terrible. It was a terrible thing.
Super punny.
Yeah, not bad.
Trying to make up for Matt right now.
Terrible things. It's been a week. It's been 2 weeks. Some stuff has happened, I'm sure. I don't
stuff and things. Witcher released.
That
happened.
That did happen. How is it?
Oh, I guess I'm the only one who's actually played it. Even of the 4 of us, I think. So it kicks ass. Put it that way. I've only played one night because it's only been out since yesterday, really, Monday,
at like 9 p.m.
Yeah, so I played maybe 2 or 3 hours of it. So I got through the tutorial. Got the some like massive flashbacks. Like I never finished the second Witcher. Like total, transparency. I never finished the second Witcher. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I've played like 10 minutes of the first one.
They're good games.
I know.
The first one after let me put it there. The first one, the enhanced edition, had to come out first before I could call it a good game. Otherwise, it was fun. The load times were worse than Bloodborne. And it was sometimes buggy as shit, but it was a great game. No, so like Witcher 3 is, I love how the open world works in that.
Mm-hmm.
We saw a picture today of Rurikon, who finally reached the end of the world running through, I don't know what the hell he was doing, but it was a picture of him reaching the end of the world.
There's a little prompt that says you've reached the end of the world, turn back.
which is crazy to me, because like I'm like running around like riding on my horse, which by the way, the autopilot on the horse is amazing. You just go to a road, hold down shift, and your horse just follows the fucking road.
Or A on Xbox, I believe. I was watching an Xbox stream yesterday.
I don't care about Xbox. I'm playing on PC Master Race.
No, we are gaming Master Race. We are console agnostic here.
That's kind of true. I would have gotten it on like a PS4 or an Xbox One, but I wanted that on my PC.
They did announce today in the for day 1 patch notes there was going to be adaptive 1080p coming for Xbox One.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I don't know what that means. I'm assuming it means that once they do the
well, it's going to be based on frame rate. Then that's the only thing I can think of.
I didn't know that was because I know that Microsoft was talking about unlocking some of the frame rate stuff. Was going to be a thing. Not frame rate. Unlock some of the hardware.
Well, it was going to be. They were going to wait until DirectX 12 was out, I thought, for that.
Oh, I don't remember.
Because the first off, DirectX 12 over DirectX 11 was supposed to have 20% performance increase
I don't remember.
On the same hardware. So then they were going to unlock a few things because they're also going to roll out the Windows 10 stuff.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Which was going to supposedly have a smaller footprint, so everything runs better in the back end as well. So, Xbox One users, you have that to look forward to. You can finally have 1080p on like a few things.
I don't. We know my opinion on graphics, and that I don't care.
You remember when 720p came out?
No.
Okay, I remember when 720p came out, and that was like the shit. That was like the best thing ever.
I remember
because it was like this is HD. This is what I want to get. I want to get a 720p TV. And then like a week later, 1080p came out, and everyone was like, "Fuck." Because I bought that 720p TV.
I had a projection TV in our basement that had S-video input, and I played the shit out of my Dreamcast on that, and my Xbox 360.
Congratulations.
I had a Gen 1 Xbox 360, which meant no HDMI.
That's right.
Yeah, Gen 1 was just that.
They had just the shitty composite
component
video. Sorry.
Which is why when you go through the orange tub of doom upstairs, there's a bag full of Xbox 360 adapters.
That's why you have so many.
I have every adapter they've ever made.
Except one.
What one don't I have?
Because I gave it to you. It is the, like when you plug in HDMI, the dongle for the audio.
I don't consider that an adapter. I have every audio video singular adapter. I do have the one you gave me as well. I think I actually have two of those now.
I think because you got one with the new.
Xbox I don't. Yeah, too. One of them I think.
The new 360.
Yeah, but no. When the 360 came out, you could get. I have the VGA adapter. I have the.
They had a VGA adapter.
I have a VGA adapter.
Serious? That's kind of awesome.
That is how I played Gears of War 1.
On your monitor?
On my monitor at home. It was glorious. I spent a weekend beating that game with my brother during an ice storm. It was great.
Gears of War brings everyone together.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the
HD or whatever.
Well, there's gonna be the HD collection, and then there's also Gears of War 4 on the horizon.
Possibly, and I don't know if it's actually a full collection or if it's just the first game.
Yeah, that's kind of been vague.
Yeah.
But they've left it open to interpretation where people are thinking it's just gonna be Gears of War 1 HD remake. But because they already came out and said there's no Marcus Phoenix HD collection being created by that studio over there.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we don't know about this studio.
Whatever. I'll be excited to play Gears of War 1 again. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, I would. That was of the three.
I never finished 2. I feel kind of bad because I never played 3.
Well, okay. So in the whole pantheon of Gears of War games, there's one of them that I don't count because nobody actually played it.
Judgment?
Yeah, Judgment, yeah. I think that was what it was called.
Yeah.
Gears of War Judgment, yeah. Nobody really played that. It didn't exist. It doesn't count. 1 is probably the best story-wise. 2 was probably the best multiplayer. And 3 was kind of like meh. It was much better in story-wise than 2. Because if any of you have beaten Gears of War 2, and it's been a while, so I'm just going to spoil the shit out of it. The end of the game, the final boss, is you in a helicopter. You in a helicopter with the freaking Hammer of Dawn, I want to say.
Yeah, whatever the
targeter thing. You target the laser, and the giant freaking satellite beam comes down, and that's the final boss. As you use that over and over and over again on the final boss.
I just feel bad I never played 3 because I have a friend who worked on that game and just never.
He was QA.
Yeah, but when he showed up for my wedding, he's like, "Oh, you never played? I could have brought you a spare copy. I've got a couple, whatever."
Yeah. I mean, I tried to play 1, 2, 3 multiplayer. I gave it more effort than I probably should have.
Yeah, whatever.
More than Halo 4 multiplayer, at least.
I actually barely played Halo 4. I should really sit down and play the Master Chief Collection one of these days.
Yes, we should.
Yeah.
We played a couple missions of Master Chief Collection, when it first came out.
Yeah.
Way back in December. That was a ton of fun. That would have been great to record. I think we had Alicia in stitches.
Yeah, that might have been it. I don't know. maybe down the line as we get through some stuff. I don't know.
Tangents aside, Witcher 3. If you like action RPGs, go get it. If you were kind of mad, like a few people were about in Witcher 1, Witcher 2, the weird combo system that they had, it's largely gone. Literally, you left click and you do the normal combo. You don't have to unlock anything anymore or time things right. You just left click, spam it, and you do light attack. And then you hold shift and you left click and you'll do strong attacks. And then right click is the Witcher sense thing.
Hmm.
Which if you're gonna do like a weird sense detection thing, like in Dragon Age Inquisition, you hit what was it Q and you did the ping.
I'd use a controller for that game.
Okay, when you hit the button and you do the ping on Dragon Age Inquisition, that annoyed the shit out of me because they just click, 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 ping, 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 ping. No, this is you hold right click, that's it, and then things will glow orange.
Yeah, no, I've seen
That's so much better.
It's like Arkham Knight or Arkham Asylum or all that stuff, except it doesn't go blue.
Yeah, I mean that
everything goes a little fuzzy.
Because you like zoom in funny and they get like fisheye lenses. But the the crafting seems to be a bit expanded. The alchemy seems a little harder, honestly, which is good because it was pretty easy. What I've made so far with alchemy, so like it was actually kind of difficult to pull all the ingredients together at first until I started like realizing, oh, I don't need just a white ingredient. I need a very specific white ingredient now. And then like I was able to make things instead of making like one potion at a time now, you make stacks, which is good.
That's good.
But like they're like stacks of 3. But
that's still better than nothing.
That's true. But the crafting seems pretty cool. You can disassemble things, like take a sword and get a haft and a piece of iron out of it. So you can repurpose things. I was actually pleasantly surprised. Like there's a decent upgrade to your armor, like the first blacksmith you come across. So I mean, the game it's pretty. Like I was recently playing Skyrim, like modded to the limit, like the 2K res texture packs. I tried to get E and B's, like not the real vision because that was kind of bullshit, but the E and B like custom stuff to make it look pretty. And I mean, it looks good for a 6-year-old game.
Yeah, I think Skyrim's that.
And then like jumping literally right from that to Witcher 3. Oh, that was so good. I almost needed a cigarette after that one.
I'll pick that game up later. I've just determined I have too many games at this point, especially since we're trying to work our way through Dragon Age 1, which has been a chore with the scheduling and stuff.
It's the best game of that series.
I've been playing some Dragon Age 3 on and off, kind of as I've just been kind of doing a potpourri of games. I'm in that weird funk that I get into every now and then. Like I just don't know what I want to play. And so
that's the problem with having too many games.
And then I just kind of like start playing random games. I played some Splinter Cell.
Blacklist?
Yeah. That game's fun.
Is that the newest one?
Yeah, that's the newest one.
Okay. I don't have that one.
That's from a couple of years ago. I picked it up during a Steam sale. I think I probably talked to Cisco about it. He's like, yeah, that's a good game. I was like, sure, okay. It was like $5 probably. I don't.
Conviction was pretty good.
I enjoyed what I played of Conviction. This all started because I started watching Metal Gear Scanlan on Giant Bomb, and so I got into I want to play a stealthy, sneaky game, and I'm like, well, the only stealthy, sneaky game I own.
See if I have the original Metal Gear Solid for PlayStation.
I was probably just gonna buy it on the PlayStation Store.
Oh, I mean, if it's cheap,
it's like $10.
Yeah, I might have it though. So,
and if a future thing that might be being planned right now, yeah, I might need to borrow that. Yeah, so that was like, I want to play that, and then that was like, whatever. It's kind of hard to multitask in that game. So I was trying to do that, and it wasn't working out for me. And then
Splinter Cell?
Yeah. Like, I was trying to watch Metal Gear Scanlan, and I was trying to play Splinter Cell, but you need to have audio for Splinter Cell, which meant that I was like trying to split my audio attention, and that was not working so well for me. And then so then I left that, and I played I tried to play some Civ, Galactic Civ 3.
How is that?
That's good. I played the alpha like a couple months ago when I bought it.
I'm pretty interested in that.
It was 50% off like a couple months ago, so I got it for like $25 during a Steam sale. And I was like, yeah,
full price now.
I'd be interested in playing that. And I played. Then it was really fun. It's really, really deep. Like you can create your own like.
So what is Galactic Civ 3?
So Galactic Civ 3 is essentially it's the successor to Galactic Civ 2 by Stardock. And if you wanted,
wow.
I know, right? It is Civilization in space, almost to a T.
So it's a 4X strategy game.
4X turn-based strategy, a la Civilization. It's all about planet building. There's some new stuff here that like hasn't been in some other games. The way they do Terran, like how you manage your planets is when you click on a planet, it gives you like a map with some hexes on it
Hmm.
that you can build improvements on, and then like there is a bonus for.
So similar to like Civ, kind of like hexes.
Well, no. So there's the overall universe, which is the civ hexes everywhere,
Okay, yeah.
and then there are planets that you colonize, and then you click on the planet, it opens up a pane with like a rolled up like version of the map.
Okay,
Like
so similar to Civ when you're like on the overworld versus when you click on the
yeah, but it's
city.
not. But there's not as many hexagons. It's like a couple here and a couple over here, and like there are places where you can build improvements, and then like you can get bonuses for attaching certain buildings to each other.
Okay,
So it's like
makes sense.
if you build a whole bunch of research stuff over in one corner, there's a bonus to research at that spot. And there's like natural forming stuff that you can get, and later on you get terraforming and stuff like that. So you can get more spots to put things, because you can't. Like some planets have 4 spots you can put improvements, and some planets have 10.
So the limitation is kind of like Sins of the Solar Empire, where you have to upgrade this planet to get more logistic slots or more tactical slots.
Kind of, but they're already there, and like at the most you'll get is you can get 2 more terraforming spots to unlock 2 more spots to put things.
Okay.
So it's not as like demanding as Sins, where you're like have to build like the first thing you do every time you build a planet is like upgrade the planet so it's no longer draining cash from you, and then you build your logistics and.
But I like my asteroid to be, charging me money.
Yeah, so like there's none of that. There is some like you need to unlock certain researches to live on certain planets still, which makes sense. But like the 2 really cool, interesting things to me, 3 I guess. The maps are huge. Like they put civilization to shame. And then also there is you can create your own faction system. So you basically they give you all the tools, like they give you backgrounds and character little picture things.
So how does that relate to like making a D&D character, for instance?
So you basically make a leader, and then it gives you a whole bunch of stats as far as like, are you a prolific race in the fact like do you breed a lot, or are you not? Like do you have?
Are you a rabbit?
Yeah, like do you like is it easy for your are you like the Krogans and have a hard time breeding, or are you like rabbits and you breed all the time? And like are you
Present Krogans, gotcha.
um
ish, yeah.
are you like are you industrious and are really good at making things? Or do your ships have larger hulls, not holes?
Big holes in them.
Yeah. So basically, and you can it's like a point buy system. So you put points in, and you can get points into negative things to get more points for positive things.
Okay.
It's like you can give your race detriments to get more positives. It's like so you can play trade offs. Otherwise, they give you like 10 points to start off with, so you can buy a whole bunch of like positives. And if you don't want any negatives,
and then you start in like a cold like galaxy, and you just get I am weak to heat, but it doesn't exist here, so I'm perfectly fine.
It's not like that, thankfully, because that would be kind of gaming. But that goes into my I dislike game mechanics for the sake of game mechanics conversation we tend to have a lot.
No, I'm just thinking like back in the day. So like second edition had something very similar to that, like 2.5e or whatever, where I'm gonna take fear of like goblins for an extra 2 trait points, whatever. But that for some reason you're not gonna run into goblins. Okay, whatever. It's never gonna come up.
I'm sure you can do that. Like basically it's so you can build a race that plays to your play style.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to build a hyper aggressive race, or if you want to build a race who's really good at trading and like manipulating that way, or that type of stuff. Like there are I think 6 different win conditions. So one's like taking like military victory, and one's like trading victory, and all this other stuff. And then the biggest thing I think
the popular 4x win conditions, you say.
And the biggest thing I think a lot of people are going to get into is there is a full-on intuitive ship designer.
Okay.
Where you can like
don't get me my hopes up, because like Spore had something similar.
No, so
that was kind of a letdown.
So no, they give you a set of ships. And like when you're creating, you can do this with any race. It can be your own race, or it can be any of the other races. But you can go into like the ship thing, and then you can start building and making your own ships, like designing them. So you can take like the basic ships, and you're like, I want bigger wings, and you can go in and put bigger wings on it. Or like there's a little like the constructors have this little barrel on the front of them, and then you can animate the barrel if you want to. So you can make it spin or rotate or circle around on the axis of the ship.
What type of barrel? We talking 55-gallon drum?
No,
or
like
wood, like whiskey barrel.
We're talking like space barrel. It's like a container, like a hexagonal container.
Okay.
Not like a barrel was a stretch of a word. I apologize.
I'm thinking like pirate ship. I keep hitting this microphone
what are you
and
doing,
pissing
man?
everyone off.
Apparently,
I'm sorry, guys.
No, so it's like a space barrel hexagon shape. It's really interesting. Maybe I'll do a quick look thing of it for you all. Maybe we'll go and make. I've seen people make the Enterprise in it, like the USS Enterprise from Star Trek.
I'm sure there's probably people making like Firefly.
I'm sure you could probably make some. I'm sure you can make a Firefly class ship. I've like done some deep diving on it, yeah, but like the tools are there, and there's lots of like you can push and pull and symmetry on all axes for everything.
Axes.
Yeah. So I was gonna play some of that and like got started. I'm like, I don't really want to start a game that I'm probably never gonna finish if we're gonna be brutally honest. And then so
that's what Civ feels like most of the time.
That is what, but yeah, no, I was like, that started. It sounded like a good idea at the time, and then I was like, this is a terrible idea. And then it says like, I'll play some Dynasty Warriors, and that's where we ended up. And that was also a terrible. Don't buy Dynasty Warriors Empires 8, it's not a good game. Like I like Dynasty Warriors games. I bought Samurai Warriors for PS4. It is a really good game. It plays really well on my Vita on like the streaming functionality. Dynasty Warriors 8 on PC looks like garbage. Because
wasn't that like a buggy mess too?
Well, that was the first one. So Dynasty Warriors 8 for PC was also a buggy mess. Like to get it to run on 8.1, I had to tell the computer to run it as if it was Vista.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, it was like
I would have just put it down to XP.
I was like, oh, this is dumb. This is bad. Why would you do this?
Why is Vista compatibility mode even a thing?
I don't know, but it was not good.
And they should just went from like XP Server Pack 3 to Windows 7 because it doesn't matter.
The problem with like the Dynasty Warriors games on PC though is they aren't like the current console ports. They're not like the PS4 port of the game. They're the PS3 port of the game.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
The PC can handle it.
Like, but playing Dynasty Warriors is a hack and slash game. Like, it's a beat 'em up, whatever, and that's partly why I enjoy it because I can just not think. I can watch something and tap X or whatever.
Yeah.
But like Empires 8, so Empires takes this weird turn in the system where it's like you pick a campaign and you're the head of a part of China during the Warring Kingdoms era. And then you're like, oh, I'm just going to start like building things and making friends with my generals and getting more generals and taking over land and going through this campaign. So like the one I was playing was the Yellow Turban Rebellion, which is like the beginning of every Dynasty Warriors game.
Okay.
But in traditional Dynasty Warriors games, the battlefield is just full of enemies. Everywhere you go, there are enemies.
Yeah.
In Empires, it just feels like there are literally only enemies in camps. And so the entire time you're playing, you are basically running from camp to camp to camp. Like
because you run to a camp. X. Everything's dead. Next camp. X.
Yeah,
everything's dead.
You're trying to. You go to a camp, you deplete the supply count, the camp, you take over the camp, and then you move to the next camp. And there's like some mini objectives, and they're like, "Oh, hey, go here." And
do they at least like take back camps if you're going near them?
No,
nothing like that.
No, not even no. Like there are like goals for each level. And it's like capture 3 camps in 3 minutes. It's like okay. Defeat
that sounds boring as shit.
Yeah, it's like what? So I just kept playing, hoping that it would get better. It didn't. So then I went and played Samurai Warriors, which is a better game all around. And like the reason why you'd play Samurai or Dynasty Warriors 8.
Samurai Warriors Orochi?
No.
No.
So okay, there are 5. Technically 6.
Oh God.
7. There are 7 Warriors games.
7 Warriors games.
Okay, and I'm including
2 of them maybe.
I'm including the spin-offs. So there is Dynasty Warriors Gundam.
Okay, 1.
There's Hyrule Warriors.
Does that really count?
Yes, because it's made by Koei.
2.
There is also Pirate Warriors, which is a
Pirate Warriors.
Yeah, it is.
What the shit is Pirate Warriors?
What's the anime with Luffy, the Monkey King, or the Monkey?
It's from that
One Piece. It is a One Piece Dynasty Warriors.
Okay,
game.
3. Okay, 3.
There's Dynasty Warriors proper.
Yeah.
There is Samurai Warriors.
Samurai Warriors.
Warriors Orochi, and then Empires. So there's 7 games total.
Dear God.
Each of them have their own little thing. Everyone likes Hyrule Warriors. Gundam is its own weird thing.
Hyrule Warriors is doing well.
The Pirate Warriors one apparently is really good, and people really seem to love it. And then
is that like a One Piece crowd that love it, or just Dynasty Warriors fans?
Dynasty Warriors fans, I wouldn't probably throw in a boat and saying they like this game.
Would you just not throw them in a boat? Is that what it is?
As a Dynasty Warriors fan, I think Dynasty Warriors fans are willing to put up with a lot of shit because it's Dynasty Warriors and it's just a series that we happen to like. And like, this is a mindless fun game, and then you're like, you shouldn't trust our opinion on if the game is good or not. But if someone comes out and says, "Hey,"
you heard it here, guys.
Yeah,
you can't trust his opinion. It's complete shit, apparently.
If you go talk to somebody who's a diehard like Dynasty Warriors fan and tells you should not play one of the Dynasty Warriors games, that's when you should really listen to me. Like, okay, that guy likes Dynasty Warriors. No, don't play Empires. Like the reason why you'd play Empires is because you can make your own like custom general.
See, that sounds
awesome. You can build your own army. Like you can build all your officers. You can make your own horses, your own banners, like all this really fucking cool stuff. Horses? Yes, you can make them tall, lanky giraffes if you want. It's really fucking weird.
Can I make them elephants?
No.
Damn it.
That was Dynasty Warriors 4. That had elephants.
Saddened. I'm gonna have to go find Dynasty Warriors 4 just so I can
a PS2
attack
game
with elephants.
I'm sure I have it somewhere. It's really weird. Anyways, but each of them has their own, like the 3 that are spin-offs are basically just Dynasty Warriors, just with a skin over the top of them.
Oh yeah.
Empires is like a tactical game on top of it all. Samurai Warriors
got some like meta gaming going on.
Yeah, like in between your battles, you are doing like kingdom management. So like you are promoting people in your army or kicking them out and finding new people or like building stuff in your provinces.
I'm just trying to picture that. I'm just gonna, normally like I expect from that era of like history, not kicking them out, but you suck.
Yeah, no, it's not that. You can definitely like when you capture a province, you can definitely kill the people you capture with the province. That's a thing you can do.
Raise the city.
But that's like
province.
Like the whole point of Empires is like you are building an empire. Einstein build up an empire. Celebrate the World War. Thank you, Eddie. But then but it's all really boring, and yeah. Dynasty and like they've also begun to diverge. So, like Dynasty Warriors now is about you play as one warrior with like 3 weapons, and like the combat's focused around cycling between weapons. Dynasty Warriors Empires kind of does that, but you get 2 weapons. Warriors Orochi is about traveling with a group of warriors and like cycling between warriors. That's also its own little thing about dealing with demons and timelines and weirdness. That's where the universes converge between Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors. And then Samurai Warriors is
I'm already confused.
It's like two you control 2 people and you can back and forth and you can like command one of them to go do stuff. I've always liked Samurai Warriors, so the new ones.
Is it still like that third person?
Yeah, it's all the same type of game. It's just if you don't like Dynasty Warriors, you probably won't like any of the rest of them, but they have different flavors. And then beyond that,
I haven't played Dynasty Warriors in a long, long time, and when I played it, I was surprisingly really bad at the game. And I'm saying surprisingly, I'm not a good gamer by any stretch of that word at all. But surprisingly, because it's not a hard game. I can play Dark Souls. Not well, but I can play it at least and beat it.
Maybe we'll sit down and play some Samurai Warriors. I think you might enjoy it. That's got a cool thing going for it. We can create your own character as well. And then you'd like travel around ancient Japan, like meeting famous warriors, learning their story. That part's kind of interesting. It's the thing I miss.
Let's get through Halo first.
That's Samurai Warriors is an easier game to set up and just be like, let's go.
I suppose. Halo's fun.
Halo fun is fun. And then the past couple of days I've been getting back into Assassin's Creed after my long hiatus. I powered through Assassin's Creed 2, 2.1 or 2.1 and 2.2, 3, and started.
Is that what you call them now instead of Brotherhood and Revelations?
Yeah, it's whatever. I played the Ezio trilogy and then 3, and then back into Black Flag again. Maybe I will play Unity. I haven't decided yet.
I have it if you want to.
I know it's on my Xbox. It says I can download it anytime I want because you and I are on each other's Xboxes.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
I need to play 3. Black Flag, I should say, not 3. Sorry.
3's okay.
So I don't want to play 3.
3's not as bad, except for Connor is just a whiny person.
Okay, let me throw this out there. Connor's a whiny bitch. So your main character, the person you're playing, is a whiny bitch. 2, where the fuck is the climbing shit?
You do the force. It's awesome. It's really fun, actually.
It's nowhere near as awesome as going through a dense urbanized area though.
Okay, but the problem with going through a dense urbanized area is Assassin's Creed 2 is a great game, but Ezio is a fat cow. Because he never goes wherever you point him to. Like, my wife makes fun of me for calling all of the Assassin's Creed characters fat cows. And then I was playing last night, she was watching, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go get some food, because I made dinner. And I handed her the control, I'm like, go find me these 2 chests. And she's like, I don't know how to control them. I'm like, this sticks. It's like every other game, the right trigger runs. She's like, okay. And then I came back, and it was like watching a drunk person play a video game. And she's like, this is not controllable. I'm like, do you understand why I call them fat cows now? They don't handle well. Like, in any of the games. They don't. I like...
This is my, classy, Cutlass Supreme car. It doesn't handle worth shit, though.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, man, you are expert swordsman, but you are a free running master that can't actually free run. Like, I love free running games. Assassin's Creed, Prince of Persia. Hell, I'm a fan of Mark Echo Get Up.
What? What? I don't know what this game is.
In the PS2 era, there was a Mark Echo, the clothing designer, game called, I think it was called Get Up. You played a spray, a vandal with a spray can. The whole game was spray painting stuff on walls and shit and combos, but it was a lot of parkour before parkour was super big.
Okay.
It's on Xbox. It was on PS2, Xbox. It's on PC now. It's on Steam every now and then I see it. That might be because
seriously?
Yeah. It's an old game. It's an okay game. Yeah.
I could probably end up doing that in Grand Theft Auto.
You probably could. But that's the weird. I like parkour games, and I kind of want Prince of Persia back.
Go play Prince of Persia.
None of the games really hold up. I have the HD collection. The HD collect. Okay.
I'll agree with you there. I tried to. I acquired the games a little while ago, and you tried to.
Here's the sad part. I own them on PS2 and on PS3.
Yeah, but that means I need to pull out one of those consoles, and I had them for PC, so it made it easy.
Yeah, they're not. So the PC versions aren't the HD remakes, by the way. They are the original. But the HD remake doesn't look that great either.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't play any better.
No, it's garbage. I love Prince of Persia.
One disc at least.
Yeah, this is true. I just want a good Assassin's Creed or Prince of Persia. Bring me Prince of Persia. Anyways,
the new Assassin's Creed looks good.
It does. That was announced last week, and yeah, I watched all of the announcement because I was home sick.
Wait, what was the 2D one?
The Assassin's Creed China.
Shanghai.
Took place in China.
Yeah, it's a Chinese one. You get to play a female assassin who meets Ezio.
She was trained by Ezio. Yes.
But it's a 2D edition, and
it's like old school Prince of Persia.
I'm intrigued, actually.
Everyone says old school Prince of Persia, but yeah,
super old school, yeah.
Last week was the new Assassin's Creed announcement,
which no, I don't even care about. It looks better than Unity.
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It was interesting watching the full announcement. I watched it on GameSpot, and they were talking about they came on and they're like, yeah, so we strive really hard to make Prince of Persia or Assassin's Creed games really good, and then we always try to innovate because that's one thing we want to do with every version. Is we want to make something new and different, and we took the step in the right direction with boats and naval combat, and went into Black Flag, and then they did Unity, and then the reviews came in for Unity, and we're like, oh crap, apparently nobody liked our game, and they seemed genuinely upset and sad about the fact of that, and the buggy mess that it was not what they wanted to release. Which I don't think any developer wants to release.
I'm sorry to say, but there's a point where you reach as a developer, and you realize what you're working on pile of shit. And you understand this. You come to an understanding with it. This is bad. These are some of the things that need to be fixed. And genuinely, like for a studio as large as Ubisoft, they should have some sort of QA team that's large enough to realize, wow, there's these giant bugs in the world, like huge game-breaking bugs.
Do I need to point you in the direction of Master Chief Collection?
That was multiplayer only, though.
Single player's broken and wouldn't record the fact you beat the levels.
I've never experienced this.
No, that was a big problem with single players. It was like not recording. You had done stuff in single player.
I guess that's technically more of the netcode issue, though, because that was the achievements, wasn't it?
No, it would literally just not save your progress.
I don't remember that at all. It didn't affect me at all, but I knew there's a shit ton of issues with matchmaking. Multiplayer was buggy until like recently.
It's still kind of buggy from what I hear.
Yeah, but it's way better.
I don't know. Okay, we know that November was a shit show, but anyways, they seemed like generally like sad that like whatever happened, and so they're like, well, now we need to like focus a little bit more. So I mean, I guess we'll probably see more of it at E3 in like 4 weeks.
Speaking of E3, Fallout 4.
Yeah, I mean it's practically okay. I'm gonna commit blasphemy on the internet. I've like very barely played a Fallout game. I can't get into them.
Like Fallout 3, New Vegas?
Yeah, I played both. Couldn't get into them.
1, 2?
One I played when I was younger.
That's right, that's more than I've played. I've never played the first.
Yeah, I played 1.
1, 2 are tactics. I own them. I own them.
That does not get you internet points. You never
I
play
own them.
I could point you at the E3.
Don't know where to find them again.
You probably have them in disc on a shelf somewhere.
No, I got them digitally.
Oh.
I think it was like that direct to drive.
You can go back direct to drive now because that's its own website again.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because
GameFly
Digital sold them back to direct to drive. Anyway, yeah. I mean, basically all but confirmed at this point. But Fallout 3 like failed to grab me in any like exciting way. Like I played it and did like the whole intro and then got out of the world. I'm like, I just don't. But part of it's because I don't think I particularly like post-apocalyptic worlds. Like I have a hard time getting into them.
Okay, no, I can totally understand that because like, if you were gonna say like something about the gameplay, I'd kind of argue that point, even though it's your opinion. I'd argue against your opinion because the gameplay was actually very compelling and gripping. But the whole you can't really get rid of the post-apocalyptic.
Yeah,
It's really post-apocalyptic.
I don't do zombies anymore. I don't really particularly find zombies.
It's not zombies.
I know, but it's like,
stuff.
but like that whole post-apocalyptic thing, I have a hard time getting into. I just that, and I think probably because I played so much Skyrim at the time, and then that game came.
Oblivion.
Oh, well,
unless you started playing Fallout 3 after Skyrim.
I did start playing Fallout 3 after Skyrim.
Okay, that might be your problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I got really. I'm not into post-apocalyptic worlds as much. Like Metro 2033.
2033, yeah.
Seems like an interesting game. I played a little bit of it. I got outside and like this.
So 2033 Metro, the Metro games. I'm sorry, guys. I can't get into them either.
I started playing. The first one's decent. It's
but
the world.
I also can't get into the BioShock games either, so just weird.
And I think part of like the Fallout issue is like I play games for story primarily, and like the hook for the story in Fallout wasn't there for me. Like the hook for Skyrim was only there because it's Skyrim, and like the very quickly and very easily was like threw a hook in my mouth and was like, oh, go kill a dragon. I'm like, well, fuck right.
See, so Skyrim, like the main storyline of Elder Scrolls games
are usually terrible.
So I should say the Skyrim and Oblivion were meh. Like there's no attraction in those games to continue through the storyline at all. I did complete both of them, by the way, and Morrowind I think was a very strong storyline. Now there's too much extra shit in Morrowind too. Like way more than Oblivion and Skyrim, I feel still.
Yeah,
the maps are smaller. I think maybe that's like a density thing, but so like with Skyrim, the storyline was better. I felt than Oblivion.
Oblivion is not a good story.
No, it's just a bit too generic for me.
Yeah.
It's all, the king is dead. You need to carry on the legacy. You need to find his son. Okay, you found his son. Okay, now everything's invading. Oh shit! Now we need to stop the invading force. Done. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just the Fallout stuff like never hooked me in a meaningful way.
Yeah, Fallout was a lot better storyline, I felt.
Yeah, no, I just had a hard time getting like.
It's the whole like you're out in this wild, crazy world now, and
maybe I'll go back and play them. I'll add them to the backlist or whatever. But yeah, Fallout 4.
I think so. Like Fallout for me has. I'm gonna continue on this train. So New Vegas is one that I actually really remember the most. I know I've beaten both of them. But Fallout 3 has been a long time. For that one, I think the overall story was still better than like Skyrim itself. I'm trying to remember this. But the thing I remember the most about that is the hooks. Like each mission, like when you would go to the next mission and stuff, like the way it hooked you along was pretty good. New Vegas was really good though. It was far better, I think.
Maybe I'll go back and give New Vegas a try again. Maybe. I don't
know. The whole thing about like New Vegas is like, okay, you've been shot and you're like pretty much dead, and you've been saved, and now you're like trying to figure out who the hell tried to kill you in the first place.
It was like an Old West tale, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And it feels like it when you play it. It feels like an Old West game, like because that's kind of the way it is. But it's a post-apocalyptic,
Yeah, maybe we'll give
Nevada.
We'll give it one a shot again. But yeah, basically, Fallout 4 is all but confirmed at this point. Something leaked from somebody's.
Yeah. There was a
resume on LinkedIn.
Was a cinematographer? It was like someone working on the cinematics for Fallout 4.
No, for cinematic from Del Toro's like cinematics house.
Yeah, and that leaked on LinkedIn. It literally said like worked on Fallout 4 like
cinematics.
Fallout 4 cinematics. Sorry, in his LinkedIn profile, which I'm wondering if he still works there anymore. If there's an end date on that now.
And there probably was an end date before because I don't think you'd break your NDA. I mean, that was taken down because he was under NDA.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's one of those things. Where, I've been under NDA a lot of times, and it's like you forget about it sometimes. He's like, I'm just gonna publish this thing over here. Oh shit! Wait, can't do that.
Yeah. As someone who is still currently under an NDA for a project that will never see the light of day, it's kind of annoying.
Oh,
best work we've ever done.
Never gonna be seen.
Never gonna be seen by anybody.
That's right. I know of it.
I know you do. There'll be
That's it.
Yeah. We'll talk more about E3 in like a week or two. I feel when all four of us are back.
When E3 starts becoming more of a thing too.
We'll make some predictions.
But at the same time, I might be wrapped up in house stuff.
You might be.
So
who knows?
You guys can record without me.
I know. We'll just whatever. There's the one question that still ponders me about E3 this year is going to be ponders me.
Sure. Okay. We'll go with that.
Yeah, it's make perfect sense to me. The Konami, like, what the fuck are they going to show? They came out this week and said they are moving to a mobile platform.
They're going to show a mobile engine that's going to rival Unreal 4, and they're going to show Metal Gear Solid 5. And that is just
that Konami
completely throwing that out there.
You know that Konami's not an engine house.
So who cares?
Kojima left like the whole debacle about.
Maybe Kojima left because he was pissed off that they weren't going in a creative direction anymore, and they were going more mechanics. And
that's why probably.
They were building a game engine in the background.
Whatever. I mean, Kojima left to go make his own engine. I mean, that has been done. The Metal Gear Solid 5 is running on the Fox engine, and I think Rising Revengeance runs on the Fox engine. I don't remember. I want to say it does. But yeah, no, that's gonna be a weird press conference. Like, I don't know how they're going to like. Are they confirmed to have a presser?
I don't know. I think I'm bleeding, but the show must go on. There was actually a confirmed list just recently of showtimes. I don't remember seeing them on there, actually. I'd have to look at it again, but I'm pretty sure they weren't on there.
I know that Square moved theirs.
Square moved theirs an hour. So that Nintendo could do theirs.
Yeah.
because I don't know.
Well, Square had attempted to take Nintendo's spot, and like Nintendo's held that spot every year for a long time. And then like Square's like, we're gonna sneak this spot in, and Nintendo's like, yep, that's where we're going. And like Square was like, well, shit, we should probably move.
That's probably more like this whole secret plan of trying to pull everyone from Nintendo is gonna go bad because they just announced a world championship.
Yeah.
So god damn, that's gonna not work.
Remember to go to Best Buy this weekend to go qualify.
Our buddy's gonna do it.
Who?
Andrew.
Oh, Louis?
The guy who actually made the intro music.
I didn't realize he was gonna go do that. That's awesome.
He has a world championship trophy from the one in 1990. So.
Oh, does he? That's awesome.
It's sitting on top.
Oh, is that what's above his TV?
Yeah. He made it to, was it Vegas?
I don't remember. I know we heard the story about this on.
He got first in the region, our area, and then he didn't make first overall, but you still get a trophy for it. So.
That's pretty cool.
And the cart, I think.
I think you had to be like in the top 5 to get a cart.
That might be it. I don't know.
As always, if
I know I've seen the trophy because he's got it prominently on display.
Because if you had a cart, that cart is worth a lot of money.
He might have. I think he had it and sold it earlier.
That could very well be a thing.
I think I remember talking to him about that actually.
Because it's gold and it is like there's only 5 of them and it has like 4 different games on it. It's weird.
More than 5.
Anyways, it's a weird thing.
Yeah, they're gonna. Do you remember the games that are announced? It was the Nintendo collection of something.
Yeah,
and like Dr. Mario.
Yeah, I mean
they announced. They just announced it. Like,
we are terrible at our jobs, so don't question that part. It's also Nintendo, so
we're good at our jobs. We're just bad at this job.
I mean, it's also Nintendo, so I don't. Whatever.
Yeah, they like to change their minds all the time. But yeah, that I'll be kind of interested to see what comes out of it. I mean, it's another PR stunt, really.
Yeah, I don't really care.
That's kind of what it was in 1990. That's what it is now.
Yeah, I just have no care anymore for Nintendo at all.
You poor soul.
No, I'm thinking
you lost your child, your inner child. I at least have a 3DS.
I've thought about it. I can't think of a single game I want to play.
A few more friends of ours picked up 3DSs.
That's fine.
Just to play Monster Hunter 4.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the one game I'm like, yeah, I'd play Monster Hunter 4. And then I'm like, I don't play my Vita.
Yeah, but there's no really good games for Vita.
There are lots of good games for Vita.
Really?
Yeah. Persona 4 Golden. You can play Persona 3 again if you'd like to.
If you've already played them before, it's not really worth it.
Freedom.
I haven't, but I'm not.
There's additional stuff in the like portable versions as well. Freedom Wars, which I got.
Isn't that Advance Wars basically?
No, Freedom Wars is like a Monster Hunter-esque game.
Okay.
You play a prisoner in the future where like knowledge is super valuable, and you get amnesia, and so you lose all your knowledge, and so you are sentenced to 1 million years in jail. And to work off that time, you have to relearn stuff and then go fight for your city-state. Because other city-states come to your city-state to steal people who have knowledge. It's a really weird game.
That premise sounds really fucking weird.
It's a Japanese game, so yeah.
That makes sense.
There are lots of like Monster Hunter-like games.
But none of them have captured the same recipe.
Yeah, whatever. I've got Dark Souls if I want something super challenging. Yeah, no.
Like the difficulty of Monster Hunter scales funny. I feel
there's also this thing that I can use my Vita as a like extended thing for my PS4. That is the.
I mean, if I had a Wii U, you watch out. I could use it as a controller, at least for Smash Bros.
Yeah, you still have to own Smash Bros for the DS.
Oh, shush you.
Like I am frankly surprised by how well the Vita share thing works. Like I can be down in our living room playing Samurai Warriors on my PS4, just sitting upstairs in the office, and it is almost flawless.
We also technically have a somewhat decent network here.
Yeah, I mean,
somewhat decent. It's kind of shaky at times.
In this part of the house, it is not particularly fantastic. But yeah, no, like I can play Diablo 3 plays really great. Streamed across.
You played? Wow.
Yeah, that gets too complicated because you need to use the back touchpad, which is not
Not good.
particularly good.
That's always the weird thing, is the back touchpad on the PSP.
It doesn't get used a
So
lot, and I think I
weird.
know why. I would like to get the controller. They sell a controller adapter for it that adds L2, R2 buttons, and they just...
Oh, it's okay. I was actually thinking like you meant like an external controller, like Bluetooth.
No, it's like
fuck it, just grab PS4.
It's a case, and it's got L2, R2 on it, and then it's just basically got two little nubbers that push up against the touch on the back. Nubbers. It's like a nubber. Go with it.
Sure.
Yeah, I thought about getting one of those.
Nubbers.
That's what the racer thing's called. Is it because it's called a nub, huh?
Yes, they're just nub.
Well, it's the plural of nub.
Nubbers. Nubs.
Nubbers. I'm gonna go with nubbers. Fun words.
Fun words is Cody.
Yeah, I like words like apricity, petrichor.
Those actually exist.
Merconium. 10 points for anyone who knows what merconium is, by the way.
I don't remember what it means.
You don't want to, it's fine.
Oh, that's... Never mind.
Yeah, you don't want to know what merconium is. It's a great word. Terrible meaning. Tangent has lost me at this point. The pachinko machine has failed.
It went from Plinko to pachinko.
It's all one. It is all one thing, if we're gonna be honest.
That's okay. It's probably a good spot to wrap it up anyways.
Oh, probably. I mean, this has been another potpourri of information this week.
I'm not labeling this one potpourri cast. No, not
That's
doing
fine.
it.
This one's for my homies. Cast. I got nothing. Yeah, I guess we'll wrap it up for the week, guys. I mean, it's been some slow. I mean, there's some legal. Oh, I do want to bring up one thing because Mitch and I have played Space Engineers.
Oh, that's right, Space Engineers.
Okay, so Space Engineers. Do you want to go play Minecraft in space?
Well,
yes is the answer.
Yes.
Do you want to
go on?
Do you want to play Minecraft in space with physics, like legit physics?
Well, yes. Tell me more.
You should go play Space Engineers.
Space Engineers? What is that?
It's basically what I just described. You can build ships and stuff. The cool thing we talked about before, they are adding in planets and atmospheres. But in this last week's big dev blog,
not just the weird hacked in put a gravity thing here.
Yeah, like you could make planets technically before by like digging to the center of an asteroid and then putting like 4 gravity generators, and then somebody made a mod called the Skybox, and you literally put a box that has a sky texture in it at the center of the planet, and it gives it like a fake atmosphere. They're working on legit planets, but in the dev blog this week they announced that they are going to let modders have full access to the source code. So the game's not going open source or anything, and they're not expecting modders to finish the game for them. They have full plans to finish the game, still in early access, but they want them to be able to have full access to do whatever they want to do.
That's an interesting way to do it, though. I guess like on the details of that, I can understand. So if they're not going like open source, it's just weird to do that, like where they open the source code like that. I mean, normally for modding, they just put your things in this folder, call it good.
Well, I think they want people to have access. I mean, the people who've done stuff for Space Engineers are...
Space Engineers?
I'm sorry, I'm getting full at this point. My nose is doing the cold allergy thing. No, the people who do stuff for Space Engineers are a little crazy and have done some, like, the Skybox thing. And
so some of the modding that they've already done is pretty intense, but so I'm trying to think what the advantage would be. Well, I mean, obviously, seeing the source code, you can probably, I'm assuming, make mods that will overwrite parts of the source code, like temporarily, for the mod duration.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that's why, like, they want the modding community to be able to do whatever they want to do. Part of it is also they want people to get in there and mess around with it to see what they can do, because the interesting thing, they are putting together $100,000.
So there's a contest.
There's not a contest.
That makes sense.
No, there's not a contest. They're putting together $100,000 like fund of like their own money to give to like people who like, they're talking about what they could do with it, like people who maybe want to use the engine to do like make a game, and like they would use it as like venture capital funding for that.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Or if you want to like help with marketing, they'll use that for that, or like they put aside basically $100,000 to use as a grant or like some fund money to like get you going on your project if you want to use their engine, some stuff like that. That part's really cool, and along with the announcement they
I
showed,
guess I should have thought of that. It'd be easier to do like total conversion mods.
yeah,
and
like they want
make your
people
own
to
games.
they basically want people to get in there and see what it's like
Oh.
and see if they can use it for something. Like that engine's really powerful. Like the physics simulations there.
Yeah, it seems pretty legit. At least for like physics simulation and building stuff, because they did medieval
Engineers. Yeah,
Yes,
with the like crash, like that engine can do a lot of stuff. Physics is really impressive in that engine, and like
it's pretty decent. Yeah,
like
it can be really disorienting.
Yeah, like if you get in there like, oh, I don't know what to do with myself right now, type things. But yeah, like that. So like they want people to get in there and see what you can do, and then maybe get inspired to do their own thing, and then possibly make their own game with their engine. The but the last big part of that was they showed off like the first planet that they're working on. So because right now in Space Engineers you can have like a whole bunch of empty space with a whole bunch of asteroids and make whatever you want to make, but there's no planets, and so they're gonna put planets into it.
Yeah, that was always something that felt lacking.
Yeah, so they showed off the first planet. It's very kind of generic right now. It's like just a giant sphere with like some created, like there's no grass or anything yet, but there's an atmosphere. And so you can go in and out of atmosphere, and you can see like the sun through the atmosphere. So there's lots of really cool things that could come with that. And I'm assuming they're relying on the modding community maybe to help with looking into that. They're really good at like taking popular mods and like getting them integrated into the game if they feel like the fighter cockpit was originally a mod for that game, and now it's a standard piece in the game.
Yeah, I mean, why would you use the yellow one?
For it's cheaper in survival mode to build the non-fighter cockpit.
Not really. Well, yes, it is.
It is cheaper to make in the survival mode.
Who plays survival mode? Whatever.
Yeah, in that game, I like Minecraft. I don't know why you don't play survival mode. In that game, I'm like, I don't know how you can play survival mode.
I mean, Minecraft survival mode or creative mode makes sense both ways, but like for multiplayer, I feel like survival mode is more fun. But overall, because there's something else to it than just building.
Yeah, survival. But like survival mode, they're working on a lot of like stability on Space Engineers. That's kind of like the big space. And the great thing about them is they release updates every week. I mean, I haven't logged in a very long time.
Yeah, I want to say like the last time we played like hardcore, we made like giant ships or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we like stopped playing so much. It was literally like a week or two later, like they implemented a ton of stuff that we wanted.
Yeah, like they just
it was just there suddenly.
Stuff is just there. It's great. It's a great game. Like I don't always.
Yeah, it's a great game if you like creative stuff and building stuff.
If you like space and want to make spaceships, you should.
Yeah.
Pick that one up.
A couple of friends have been trying to get me to go back to Minecraft, play some more Minecraft. I don't know how I feel about that yet.
You are the king of survival games.
I like survival games.
I know you do.
They're good.
I have a hard time getting into them.
So it depends on the type of survival game. So like DayZ, I can't get into that game.
See, I can see myself getting into H1Z1.
I've tried. The problem I have with H1Z1 is you're literally like kind of like dropped in the world, and there's tons of stuff you can do, but there's no like intuitive way to do things.
Yeah.
Whereas like Minecraft, it's at least they have achievements to guide you.
Yeah. No. I probably won't play
punching wood. You go
H1. Probably won't play H1Z1 until it's more done. I don't know.
It's apparently a lot more done than it used to be, but they were bought out, and then I don't know what. I don't even know if they're really going to finish it anymore.
I think they probably will. I don't know. Anyways, that's probably going to wrap us up for the week. We've got hopefully the four of us will be back next week after we get kind of the scheduling thing. Oh, depending on when we record, I may not be here next weekend. It is Memorial Day weekend after all. I may be off doing things, saving the world.
Saving the world.
My plan is actually I want to go to the Beercade in Chicago this weekend.
That's a lofty goal.
I'm going to be near Chicago. I might make a trip on Sunday. You shall see. It's the Beercade headquarters.
I don't know what Beercade is.
It's like the old-fashioned arcade with beer. They have pinball machines and like old school arcade cabinets. I was reading an article on, I think, Geek and Sundry about it. And yeah, I was like, I'm going to be in Chicago.
Check it out.
I should go check it out. That and maybe an El Famous burrito. The place is literally called El Famous Burritos. It's delicious.
You should just get some, Chicago deep dish.
That will probably, that may or may not happen. I'm of two minds on Chicago deep dish.
You go to Chicago and you don't get like a slice of deep dish?
You don't get a slice of deep dish when you go to Chicago. Like,
well, you kind of can.
It's not like going to New York and you're like, can I get a slice of New York style pizza?
You're saying it wrong. You go to New York, you get a slice of pie.
I'm sorry. You don't get a slice of pie in Chicago. I don't understand why New York pizza is called pie when it is definitely not pie shaped, and Chicago style pizza is just called pizza and it is definitely pie shaped. Traditional Chicago style pizza is like this thick and looks like a piece of pie.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Confused by that. Anyways, yeah, I like Chicago style pizza. It may or may not. I'm visiting family in Chicago, so it kind of depends on what the family wants to do.
Much to this point.
I've had tons of Chicago style pizza over my many years in Chicago, so I know what it tastes like. Uno's is great Chicago style pizza. They're one of 3 places claimed to be the originator of Chicago style pizza. It's across the street from Sports Zone. May not be anymore. Anyways,
well, I've had Chicago deep dish pizza once in my life, and that was a long time ago.
Real Chicago deep dish is weird because the sauce is on top of everything. Like,
I think I remember that.
It's weird.
That was like over a decade ago when I had it. So
that'll probably wrap us up for this week. We'll maybe see you next week. Keep an eye on all things Sharks and Things.
Facebook, Twitter,
Tumblr,
Twitch.
Are we actually on Sharks and Things Twitch yet? Or is that something that we still need to have accomplished?
Yeah, that was something that kind of fell to the wayside.
YouTube, which you're probably watching this lovely video with.
YouTube definitely exists.
Where you can see our lovely stuff. We
can do live on YouTube,
I know. I have stuff on Twitch. I'm trying to get over to YouTube. It doesn't want to work. Whatever. If you want to catch my Dragon Age Let's Play, that it is on Twitch, Twitch TV/Kagai Odin. We're probably going to start picking that back up next week after I get back. That series is going to get rebranded to something else, but we're going to continue to play that game. Yeah.
I guess if you're curious what I'm doing, it's you can. I think there's some RimWorld footage that I've put up on Twitch.
Yeah. One last thing, and we'll probably have to put in the show notes for this and put it on all of our stuff.
The show notes.
The show notes.
The show nuts.
We are a Green Man Gaming partner, kind of. We're on a trial basis with them.
He is. Technically,
it's me. If you want to support me, we'll put a link down below you can go to, and we'll have a 20% off coupon code for you to use on anything you want to buy at greenmangaming.com.
20%, you say?
Yeah, it's 20% off.
I think I'm gonna go buy, Grand Theft Auto 5
for
PC.
I don't
know that for PC yet.
I'm fairly certain it is 20% off of any game. If you go support us there, it'd be greatly appreciated. If we get so many supports, we'll actually get a custom link and a custom coupon code to be used. So we would love it if you guys would go and spend some money on Green Man Gaming. Go buy some games. If you're a VIP, you can get Project Cars for $33. I was tempted today.
How do you become VIP on there, by the way?
I have no idea. I didn't know there was you could not be VIP. Ever since I've been part of Green Man Gaming, I've been in the VIP section and clicking the buttons oh, hey, yeah.
I wonder if this is a time thing. You signed up before this date.
Yeah, they're oh, yeah, you have had a Green Man Gaming account since the beginning of time. You are a VIP. Sure.
Must be or something.
I don't know.
Hey, anyone from Green Man Gaming, if you are somehow watching this, you just reach out to sharksandthings@gmail.com and tell us how the hell that happens so we can tell people.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll have that link down below. Go ahead and use it. Get 20% off any game you want to purchase on Green Man Gaming. Helps us out eventually. Would be greatly appreciated. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, thanks for supporting us.
Greatly appreciated. Have a great week, everybody.
See ya.
Deuces.